Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut. And hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. If you hit that subscribe button, you gotta hit the bell with notifications so you know when a video goes up, and you'll be the first to leave a comment. I love the comments, to be honest with you. More comments, the better. But we're going to talk about in this video the Mets front office. We know that they lost on Thursday to the Ghetto A's. And that's 2 times in the last 2 years the Mets lost a bad series late in the season against that Ghetto team. And they play in a ghetto. That's why the owner is desperate to get out of there. The dilapidated area. You notice they never show any pictures of the area, by the way, in Oakland. Anyway, Mets are going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff with the front office. And around this time of year, all the teams do that. But we have a new guy in charge. He's been in charge for the past year. He's clean house. But there is a question that's hanging over the club, which I kind of forgot about, and that is the general manager. Mets don't have a general manager. They had a general manager, Billy Epler, and he did something with the injury list. And somebody dropped the dime on him. I think he's probably one of the Wilpon people still skulking around the Mets front office. Dropped the dime on Billy. Again, I'll say this again, maybe you haven't heard. The Mets should continue to push out all the Wilpon people. And eventually, hopefully, they'll get with the Wilpons to sell their shares, their minority share of the club to somebody else. We wanted to get them the hell out of here. But anyway, this is a headline from SNY, written by little Andy. Who's little Andy? Well, it's funny you should ask. Little Andy Martino. Headline, Mets undecided about hiring a general manager. Structure of the baseball operations department is David Stearns' call. Okay. The Mets have operated without a general manager since last October when Billy Epler resigned during David Stearns' first week as president of baseball operations. They might continue to do so for the foreseeable future. This is an update. Quote, I haven't settled on a decision yet, Stearns said on Thursday when he was asked about the future of the general manager position. Haven't settled on whether or not to fill the position at all? That's right, Stearns said. That matches the general sense around the industry that the Mets don't seem in a hurry to hire or appoint a GM. This is not the only structural element of the organization that Stearns is still mulling. As new head of a department would, Stearns has spent this season observing personnel and systems that predated his arrival. 3 other areas awaiting decisions are pro scouting, analytics, and international. And there have been a lot of moves. We'll get into it. Internal speculation for the GM job has centered on Vice President and Special Assistant to the President of Baseball Operations, Eduardo Bruzzella, who came to the Mets from Milwaukee, shortly after Stearns. Bruzzella is well liked and could emerge as a leading candidate, but not without an extended process. If Stearns does decide to seek a GM, he would not automatically promote from within. Quote, it would be a fairly exhaustive search, he said. If he does not seek a GM this winter, that will not preclude him from doing so in the future, he said. Industry insiders have connected 2 rival executives, Matt Klentak of the Brewers, and Mike Rotman of the Boston Red Sox to Stearns and the Mets. Both work with Stearns in Milwaukee and are said to enjoy strong personal relationships with him. Klentak, now executive advisor to GM of the Brewers, Matt Arnold, serves as GM of the Philadelphia Phillies from late 2015 until late 2020. Rotman is an assistant GM in Boston. Folks around the league have also mentioned Mets pitching coach Jeremy Hefner as a potential GM in the mode of Dodgers GM Brandon Gomes and Red Sox Chief Baseball Officer Craig Breslow. Now, I would mention about Jeremy Hefner. Get him out of the organization. The Mets lead the league in walks, and they've been terrible the last 4 years as pitching coach. Get him out of here. I hate to be mean. Get him out of here. Both are former MLB pitchers with a firm grasp of contemporary ideas and data. Hefner has come up in internal conversations and other front offices as a target for high-ranking executive jobs, according to league sources. Jeremy, take the jobs. Take them. Beyond the GM search, Stearns is still deciding exactly how to structure his front office. Many teams now employ a president or chief as the head of baseball operations and later a GM under that person. But it is possible to delegate tasks to assistant GMs or department heads too. Last offseason, Stearns conducted interviews for a head of analytics. Van Zasmore once held that job but is now an assistant GM. That promotion created a lane for a quantitative position that would report to Zasmore. Stearns did not land on a fit last winter and is undecided whether to try again. Nate Horowitz, hired by Epler, is overseeing the vitally important pro scouting department. One industry source said that Horowitz is expected to continue doing so, but Stearns says that he views that too as a decision for the offseason. Now, the Mets, like all teams, they decide to get rid of a lot of personnel, particularly in the scouting departments. And the Mets got rid of a whole bunch of scouts this year, and they're going to continue to make changes to the front office. Like the previous article mentioned, the Mets are going to make changes, and every team that has new general managers, they want to get their own people in place. It's a natural thing. So I know a lot of people. I didn't have to read the post. I'm sure a lot of people were horrified that the Mets fired these scouts. People don't know what the hell they're talking about. Horrified. Oh, my God. The Mets are going to Mets. Hello, Mets. Well, anyway, here we go. Mets make changes in multiple scouting departments. This is from MetsMinors.net. Scouts told Metsmerized on Wednesday that the Mets were making significant changes to multiple scouting departments as president of baseball operations. David Stearns heads into his first full offseason with the franchise. Mets are going to Mets. I mean, this is why you can't win a championship. They're always getting rid of people. Isn't that what you folks want? Aren't you all you native nose want the Mets to get rid of people? They do that. How could you do that? Oh, my God. You won't get this anywhere else. So hit the subscribe button. You'll get my insanity along with everything else you get anywhere else. International scouting. The first to go. Director of International Scouting, Steve Barningham. Steve had been with the Mets since 2006. See, there's a Wilpon guy. Get him out of here. When he joined as an area scout, he became the director of international scouting in 2021. Yeah, you get rid of him. He's a Wilpon guy. Supervisor of pitching evaluation and development, John Hendricks. John had been with the Mets since 2014. You get rid of him. A Wilpon guy. Amateur scouting. Regional supervisor, Mike Ledner. Catching evaluation scout, Joe Oliver. I wanted to, there we go. The former big league catcher had been with the Mets since 2022. Area scout, Joe Rakiua, had been with the Mets since late 2019. Wilpon guy, you get him out of here. And previously worked in player development. No, get rid of him totally. Area scout, Nelson Monpiore, had been with the Mets since 2021 as a scout and previously played in the Mets minor league system. So he's a Wilpon hire. A Wilpon retread. Area scout, Rich Morales, had worked, and this is no disrespect to the people that I'm talking about here. So anybody, far from it. This is more about the Wilpons than about the people that are losing their jobs. I'm not mocking them at all, hardly. I feel bad when people lose their jobs. I'm sure they work very hard. But the Wilpon era is tainted. And you got to get these people out of here or the Mets aren't going to be able to move forward. And they move forward slowly. It takes a while. Area scout Rich Morales had worked with the Mets since late 2020. From pro scouting, Tony DeFrancesco. He had been in the Mets organization since 2018. Goodbye. And had held various roles. Managed AAA Las Vegas. Gone. Was the Mets big league first base coach and interviewed for the Mets managerial opening, which was eventually given to Carlos Beltran, who a Wilpon guy got skadooshed out of here. Well, he got skadooshed, and he didn't even get a chance. I won't mention, I hope Beltran gets a chance to manage one day. I don't think he's going to be here. But he should stick around for the Mets. I think keep him in the family. Rudy Terrasasas, look at this. Longtime Mets employee and longtime friend of former Mets general manager Omar Minai. Now, we wish Omar well. His wife passed away. Terrasas was the Mets director of amateur scouting from 2006 to 2010. Bye-bye. Sorry, you have to go. Ash Lawson had been with the Mets going back to 2011. Gone. Another Wilpon. There will likely be more turnover in the departments as Stearns gets a full offseason to change team personnel. So, a lot of Wilpon people are out of here. There's been a problem with the Mets scouting. Really, the whole organization needs a complete total turnover. Every single Wilpon person gets the bell, has to go. You get that bell, it's time to go. And that's what should be going on here. Hopefully now the Mets will get some kind of like, and it's not because these people don't do a good job. It's just that the Wilpons didn't do a lot right, okay? And when they did it right, it was always stupid shit. And they never communicated with us as fans. They were just a complete disaster. They looked their noses down upon us. Looked their noses down upon everybody. Steve Cohen doesn't do that. And when you have people that are bad at the top, and we know that Jeff Wilpon was a disaster as an owner, once you have a problem at the top, it trickles down to the bottom and into the scouting department here. But thankfully, they're gone as ownership, and you get rid of some of these people. And this is what I meant about getting rid of dead weight. There's no disrespect to these people that lost their jobs, like I said. But this is, this needs to be done. They need to do more. They need to do more. Get rid of everybody in the publicity department. Get everybody in, everybody has to go. Down to ticket takers and everything else. Ushers, everybody. No disrespect to them. Complete, total starting over. And it's slow. There's a lot of people in the Mets organization, but you have to do it. You have to do it. There's a reason why the Mets did not win for all those years with Wilpon and Double-A after '86. The reason why. Because the top is making bad decisions. It's going to trickle down. If you make bad decisions at the top, you're going to place people in the bottom that are not good decision makers. And that's the bottom line. Because the baseball had said so. And of course, thank you for watching this video. The back of this video is a lot more fun than any other videos you're ever going to watch. So you got to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications so you know when a video goes up. And I'll have live streams, all kinds of stuff. I'm going to be going on a road trip next month. It's going to be a lot of fun here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.